Welcome to Feng Shui Living, a podcast for busy women looking to de-stress and live with more intention. I'm Lisa Morton, and I'm passionate about helping you create a home that not only inspires you, but empowers you. Years ago, I was severely struggling with my mental health and wellness, and while I'd implemented yoga, meditation, therapy, and more, I just could not find that missing piece of the puzzle. And that was until I explored my home. You see, the interior designer in me had made it beautiful, but it wasn't supporting me energetically. Fast forward, and I've now been in the interior design industry for 20 years, and I've devoted the past 10 years to Feng Shui and a holistic design approach. In this podcast, I'll be sharing with you interviews, stories, and knowledge, as well as some super easy, simple tips that you can take on today. If you're looking to be more intentional and create a life and home that you love, then you're in the right place. Hey there, friends. Welcome to today's episode of Feng Shui Living. I'm your host, Lisa Morton, and I'm super happy that you're here. We're going to talk about a topic that can really transform your day and your week. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd love to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, I hate mornings, and 10 being like, I feel really good. I'm curious kind of like where you might be. So if you're watching on YouTube, put in the comments. I'd love to get some feedback here of where you are in your mornings. Do you feel good in the mornings? Do you feel solid? Like you enjoy mornings, or you're like, mornings are such a struggle. So 1 is, again, not so good. 10 is like, I love mornings. Mornings make make me happy. So let me know. You can also message me on social media. I'll put something in my social media today too. I just want to get a poll here because mornings can really just be so impactful. And when you set up your space correctly to support yourself in the mornings, it can be huge. And I'll say, I used to be that person. So in today's episode, I'm giving you 5 steps to a better morning with Feng Shui. So if you're struggling with the mornings, I got you. Keep listening and we're going to get there. We're going to find a way that you can love mornings. You know, mornings really set the tone for a good day. So let's do it right. Let's jump into step number 1, which I'm sure you're all expecting. Step number 1 is clear the clutter. Clutter creates confusion. Clutter creates anxiety, creates stress that we don't need in the mornings. So take time to clear clutter out of your bedroom. What are you looking at? What's the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning? When you're in your bed, and I want you to do this experiment. I think I talked about this in a podcast a while back, that I literally climbed on a client's bed one day and laid down to see what she was viewing. She was really struggling with vertigo. And so it was really interesting. So I want you, maybe if you're home, put this on pause, but lay down on your bed. And what is the first thing you see? When you open your eyes, what do you see? I want it to be something really beautiful, a favorite piece of artwork, maybe a favorite chair in the corner with the cutest pattern fabric on it. It just makes you happy. It's where you love to sit and, drink your morning coffee. I want you to have something in your view that makes you really happy. It's going to start your day right. Okay, so have that beautiful view and make sure it's not cluttered with stuff, laundry piles, right? You have laundry all over your bedroom. I end up going into a lot of rooms where they have stacks and stacks of books. And I've been guilty of this before. If I'm reading more than 1 book at a time, I'll have a couple stacked there. But try not to stack to-do lists. Try not to create to-do lists in your bedroom where you're supposed to sleep and rest and relax. So that's folding laundry. That's your stack of books. Maybe that's your treadmill in the corner. And you guys know I've been on a kind of a kick about this, but I really want you to not work out in your bedroom. Working out is like really high energy. We're like running and sweating. And when you're sleeping, I want you to be very restful and calm. So having that treadmill in the corner does not support your sleep. I recommend another space for that. But make sure your space is peaceful. I have episodes all about sleep and finding better sleep, setting up your bedroom. The command position is really important, but clear clutter. Clutter is number one, right? Think about how you feel like when you walk into those really organized spaces. Maybe you have a space at home that's really organized. Maybe your pantry is like perfect, all the bins and labels, and it just makes your body feel really good. And then maybe you know someone who has a really cluttered room in their home and you walk in and it just doesn't feel good. And that's the same way. Just sometimes in our own spaces, we don't recognize it because we're so used to it. But our body's still feeding off of it. Keep that in mind. So step 1 is clear the clutter. Number 2, for 5 steps to feeling better in the morning with Feng Shui is really focus on your bed placement. I touched on that briefly in step 1, but that command position. We want to be able to see the door, okay? So lay in bed, and I want you to find that what the first thing you see when you wake up, and then I want you to find the door. So I want to make sure it's off to a side, not opposite the bed. If it's opposite the bed, we need to work together. I have a free 15-minute discovery call on my website, purelivingwithlisamorton.com. Sign up and we'll figure out something to remedy that because we don't want your feet in line with the door. We want to be able to see the door off to the side. This really allows you to take on that feeling of security and peace. So your body can relax and rest. And then the other thing I want to touch on here is as you're checking in with that bed placement, I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you made your bed in the morning? I make my bed every morning. It really, once you get in a habit of it, if you're not in a habit of making your bed every morning, I want you to try for 2 weeks. Mark the calendar, give me 2 weeks. You might hate me, but it will make you feel better making that bed and you'll get in a routine. You will love walking into your bedroom, seeing this beautifully made bed. I know you will love it. Plus, it just sets your day right? It sets the tone for your day. So make your bed. And don't just, maybe that is just throwing the covers up, but try to take a moment and make it look nice. So my husband and I can have this joke, and maybe you want to take this on, but I have this joke that on the weekends, the last person out of bed has to make it. So we'll both wake up at the same time and we both jump out really quick. So the other person has to make the bed. It's kind of funny, but take it on if it seems to work for you. Step number 3 is let in natural light. Let in that natural light in the morning, first thing in the morning. I want you to open the blinds, and maybe that's slowly opening them. Let your eyes adjust, open the drapes. If you have blackout curtains, it's going to be a little jarring. So just, again, open them slowly, but get those drapes, those blinds open so you can see natural light. It's so important to have 5 to 10 minutes of natural light first thing in the morning. And what I love to do is I live out in the country, out in the boonies where there's woods everywhere. We're secluded. So I literally go outside in my pajamas. Kind of worry somebody's going to show up someday. I'm going to be in my pajama pants and everything. But hey, you do you. And if you want to go out in your pajama pants, then go for it. But get outside. Can you go outside first thing in the morning? I always get a big glass of water and I take the dogs out and I go sit on the porch and I just take in the sun. I look at it, or we'll walk a little bit, and it's just the best way to start your day. So get some sunlight. Light is this powerful source of energy, right? We use mirrors to reflect light to lift the energy of our spaces. And it also affects our body. You guys heard me a million times say our body and our spaces are reciprocal. And this is so important to have that light in our body. So as you're opening those drapes, stand there and look at the sunshine if you can't go outside. Open those drapes up. This lighting, seeing this lighting in the morning is really important for our circadian rhythms or, our sleep cycles. This is like this internal clock of our body that tells us, when it's time to wake up and when it's time to go to bed. I mean, back in the day, they didn't have alarm clocks and electricity and, light switches to turn on. They would wake up in the morning when the sun would come up and go to sleep at night when the sun would go down, and their body just naturally followed that rhythm. But now we have screens, we have phones, we have computers, we have blue light that's really affecting that. So it's important to see that morning light to keep your body in that cycle. So Check in, get that sunlight before any screen time. Next is number 4, incorporate natural elements. Nature. I can't say this enough. Bring natural elements into your space. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be plants everywhere. You guys know I love plants, but some sort of representation of a plant. It could be an abstract painting of a plant. It could be a photography of, your local botanical gardens that, there's a beautiful, if you go shopping at the store at the botanical gardens, get some artwork to put in there. That's a great place to find stuff. Check out those gift shops and museums and things like that. You can always find really fun, cool pieces. Maybe you know someone who's a photographer or an artist and have them create something that has nature. And then number 5, this is really important and really impactful. I want you to create a morning ritual space. So do you have a morning ritual? My morning ritual is I get up and I roll out of bed, I grab my water, take the dogs out, and we do our thing, and then I come back in. And I'm one of those, I'm just a girly girl. I love all the lotions and potions, and I love doing all that. So that's just really time that I really love. And it might be only 10 minutes, but it's just really self-care, pampering. I take my time. I do the stuff around my eyes, and it feels so nice. And it's just a really great way to start my day. And then from there, I go out and I water my plants. I just do some care things for my home. And then I'll sit down and journal. I sit down at the counter. The sun's pouring in. My plants are right there. And I love to journal. So set up a ritual space where you can journal. Maybe you can meditate, do some very gentle yoga, some breath work. I want you to have this space. And I actually have worked with a lot of clients. We've created some of these spaces in their closet. I had a woman, that she's like, if I exit my bedroom, my kids will go crazy. So I can't exit my bedroom until I'm ready to go. So I'm like, okay, what about meditating in your closet? So we made this cozy place with all these cushions on the floor. Get creative, your space. They can also even just be in your bedroom. If you want to have a place to sit and journal, make sure you have a cozy chair and maybe a blanket. Just make it a really nice ritual space. And don't be afraid to go outside. Set up a cozy spot where you can go every day during the summer and journal or meditate. Just create these rituals for your morning. Setting up those routines for your morning is just having this really just be a consistent part is really valuable in creating a better morning. So to recap, the 5 steps to feeling better each morning with Feng Shui. Number 1 was clear clutter. Number 2, optimize your bed placement, command position. Number 3, let natural light in and get outside to see that natural light if you can. Number 4, incorporate elements of nature. And number 5, create a morning ritual space. I hope these tips really inspire you to craft a morning that supports you. Don't just let mornings happen to you. I want you to be proactive and craft your ideal morning to support you. I want you to write it out. And again, let me know. Write it out. Let me know how I can support you in crafting this excellent morning to support you in your day and your week. Now, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast if you're new here and leave a review. You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts and on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, and give me 5 stars, do all the things. I so appreciate it because your support means I can create better and better episodes. Until next time, friends, take care. Special thanks to our production company, Influencer.tv, the WELT 95.7 studios, and our sponsor, Good She. For more information, head over to the show notes. Be sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and give us a 5-star review. I'll see you next time.